What is up, YouTube? This is Luke and Ace here from the Gaming Zone, and welcome back to this playthrough of Cities in Motion. Right, okay, so where we left off, we went over the basics and kind of just got our city started off. So as we can see at the moment, some of the factories have some icons above them, and what they're actually complaining of at the moment is there's not enough workers. So we haven't actually got enough population in the city. Well, if you can call it a city, it's more of a hamlet at the moment, but either way, what we can do is I'm going to extend this so we can take advantage of some more zoning features. So I set those to commercial, which is good. Right, okay, so we actually do have lots of areas for us to build homes, but we are going to need more. Okay, so let's build some more houses then, shall we? So we notice now we've got a different type of road available to us as well, and we actually have double roads, which is quite good, and we will start replacing them. Let's see if we can... I'm not sure if we can select them at all. Oh, we've unlocked the next level. So, okay, so we currently have 500 population, so we're now classified as a little hamlet. So I did say we would get hamlet, so we've got some new buildings available to us, and some new services. So we can now worry about garbage disposal, which is very important, because otherwise people just will not... Well, they'll have rubbish outside their houses, and the rats will come in the hundreds of thousands, so yeah, that will affect health. We've also unlocked healthcare, so that means we can start putting in GP surgeries, or medical clinics as they would call it in the game, which is a very American term, and education, so we can start off educating our youngsters as well, because of course what happens is the population have children, those children grow up, those children go to school, obviously. Well, I'd hope they go to school. If we didn't have any education at all, that would be quite bad. So they go to school, they grow up, and then they get jobs at many of the offices, or even at the factories and that. So it's all very good. Right, okay, so let's go build some of these buildings, shall we? Now, it won't let me overwrite these roads at all, which is not a good sign. Right, okay, so first of all we need to worry about garbage disposal. So we need to put a landfill site in. Landfill site is quite large. Do we have room? Yes, we can put one in the corner there. So it makes our factories a bit unhappy, but it then gives everyone garbage disposal. So basically it makes everyone everyone's sick even, but at the same time it obviously helps out. So we have a GP surgery, so I'm going to place that towards the residence side, and that makes them all very, very happy, which is a good sign. And we also need a school, so I will place a school. It's quite a small school actually, but I will place it there. So that then, I think I've accidentally moved it a bit too much, so there we go. So by moving it, it sort of gets rid of it and then turns it back on again, which is a bit strange, but that should allow us. Yes, so now we can build the road there as we planned to earlier. So okay, so let's build one there. No, we need to extend it by an extra further one. Okay. I've done something quite wrong here. Okay, so there we go. There we go. So now we have a bit extra. So now that's quite a useful tool, actually. I've still done the same thing again. So we'll have to do that again. Okay, so I was talking about roads before we got distracted by the whole little hamlet thing. So, oh, okay, what is up with this? So they are asking for some electricity. Why is that? So electricity. They should be connected up. They are blue. Don't understand why they are. Now the thing is with underground electrical cables is they have to have a building next to them that does have power. It's not a case of just the blue zone. So basically, as these buildings build up, they will give next to each other. They will give extra. What am I trying to say? Oh, we run out of money, which is not a good sign. Okay. So yeah, they will give electricity and water, not water because that's piping. Yeah, they will give electricity. Just trying to think how to get around it because of course now I've got this gigantic road in the way. I can't put the pylons over it. So what should happen is this factory here should then start providing power to these factories here, but obviously something has gone wrong. So let's try and figure out what's happening here. Is it... Ah! Now I tell you why. It's because I'm looking at the wrong interface. If we look, our electricity availability has gone right down. So what we need is kind of some money to make a wind turbine. We've kind of expanded a bit too much, I think. Very, very quickly. And now what we've actually done is run out of electricity for all the homes that we're building. So what? That was a bit of a critical mistake, and shows my rather newbiness with the game. So okay, what are we going to do about this? Because we need some money. So we are making money. We are making weekly income. So I can see that we have got it going very, very quickly. So I might just accelerate time a bit and see if we can kind of generate that bit of extra income. Now, obviously I'm very, very bad at this game because it's obviously it's my first time playing, so imagine it's quite funny for you guys to watch with all the homes being built and no electricity for them. So yes, I can see that they're complaining on this bird thing, which I'm guessing is representative of Twitter. So what do we need for that? So we need 19,000 for that, but we only need 6,000 for one of these. Now let's keep raising the money. So we're nearly there. We nearly got 6,000. Once we get 6,000, we can start putting the electricity in. Now, later on in the game, you can also start building some other sort of electrical generation. So you can get a solar power plant, you can get a hydro power plant, oil as well if you've got the resources available to you. So we've almost got the 6k now. And obviously coal if you've got the resources. Right, more power. That has put us into the yellow. Okay. So now we have enough electricity. Just no, we don't. We're kind of. If you watch us, we're sort of teetering. We're still in the red by the looks of it. So I haven't actually zoned any of these roads yet, which is a good thing because otherwise houses would be built there. So everyone in their houses, other than these couple here, have got electricity. But yeah, these factories over here don't. Okay, so when we get 6,000 again, we'll have to build another one of these wind turbines. So we shall wait for that coming down. And we've got these bars here, so we've got very high demand for residential zones. Okay, so we were planning on using these for residential anyway. So I'm guessing these are the demand for all our various areas. So once we've got the power sorted, we can have a look at building some more homes. Now, I wanted to avoid building too quickly because this is the exact reason why. Now, these three people are rather unhappy because they've got the wind turbine next to it, and of course what that does is that produces noise. As you can see here, it's got noise pollution 75. So these generate noise, and you know how people can be. Classical term we use in the UK is what's called as a NIMBY, which is short for not in my backyard. Even though we don't use the word yards anymore, we kind of use gardens. So, but regardless, we're going to save up and I think build another one, because I think we want our electricity availability to be quite into the green before we consider starting to build some more houses, because I realise that there's obviously more houses that want to be built, and there is some demand as well for commercial. So I've stopped our population growth essentially because we haven't got any homes to fill any people. The house prices are going to go up the roof, and only the rich people will be able to afford it. It's much like London, but on a much smaller scale. Okay, so we're closing to the £6,000. We've got that in, so we now have a loss of power. Okay, so because we've now reached 1,000 people, we have now achieved the title Worthy Village. So we can now buy a new area, 2 times 2 kilometre. I don't think we'll be doing that yet. We can get another loan if we want to. Okay, so we've unlocked some new services. So fire department. So sometimes people are careless, accidents happen in the industry, and things catch fire. Now, obviously, we want to put those out instead of letting them burn to the ground, because otherwise our people will be very unhappy if there's a load of burnt out buildings around the place. So build a fire department, and they will go around and sort your fires out as if they can get there. So later on we'll be having lots of problems with traffic, so that's when the fire departments are going to start losing their effectiveness. Same again, so we've got police department. People will be criminals, locking up crims in your community and all that, so we've got to take in the police department, and as well we get some unique buildings. So right, okay, new buildings. We've just unlocked police station and firehouse. That comes with our new services, and we've got 2 new specializations, so we can start going into agriculture or we can start going into forestry. I think if I looked on the map it was quite balanced, so we could either go into either or really. We can also, this is quite an expensive policy because I've seen one of the chaps on Twitch to do this. Smoke detector distribution. So basically what you do is you advise people that have smoke detectors absolutely everywhere. It will help prevent fires, and it does prevent fires, so it puts less strain on your fire department, but at the same time it puts quite a bit of strain on your income. So I don't think we'll be doing it now unless fires become a particular problem. Okay, so let's come out of electrical mode. Let's set up some more residential, shall we? So we've got that massive, great big area there. That's all going to be set to residential. Now, got to make sure that's all water piped in. So our water availability and sewer treatment are pretty darn good at the moment, so we don't have to worry about them for a while. It's just our electricity concern which is the biggest one. So I've accidentally left this going a bit too quick. So okay, we've now got 20k, which helps us considerably. And what I'll do is I will put in some more power. Now I don't want to keep blocking up the river with these pylons, only because we're going to have to eventually put another water intake in around there. So we've got quite a bit of electricity input coming in now, which is pretty good. So hopefully we don't have to worry about that for a bit. So I still keep trying to use the arrow keys to move my mouse and that, which is not as good as I would imagine. So let's get ourselves a fire department, shall we? So we've currently got none available, which is what would you imagine? Apparently you need 12,000, well, whatever the C symbol is. We'll call it pounds because that's what we use here in the United Kingdom. What about the police? How much are they costing? They are costing 12,000 as well. So crime rate at the moment we can see is 4. So it's not too bad that we don't have any police, because it's nicely in the blue there. Fire hazard. Yeah, we need to sort that out first of all. So okay, we will come out of that. So we can see here that you've got some buildings with an icon over it. I believe that means, yes, that it is abandoned. So what we need to do is destroy them. And by doing that, that will encourage new businesses to set up on the zone, because it's still classified as a industrial zone. So you can get new businesses come in and they will start to put that in there. Okay, so we can set policies as well. So let's see what policies we can set at the moment. So we got power usage, so we can advise people to leave their lights off and not use as much electricity. That costs us 5 cents a building, or 5 whatever C thing it is per building. So I don't think we'll keep that. Water usage, so it's much the same, sort of like hosepipe ban, that kind of stuff. Putting that out, reducing that. Smoke detector, so this is the one which significantly reduces the risk of fire. So I don't know, what happens if we enable it? What does that reduce our income to? If it does at all. No, it didn't really affect it that much. Okay, so we'll keep that policy on, because obviously that will help us with the... Speaking of which, there's a house on fire now, and we still don't have enough money for a fire department, so I'm sorry, whoever lives there. Unfortunately, your house will be burning down quite soon. Okay, so... we also have some demand for commercial, so let's put some... I'm going to put a road in here and a road in here. Now we will start turning that into commercial once I put my fire department in. So, oh, those roads cost quite a bit of money. So, okay, we will wait for ourselves to have the fire department in place. Even though we've got that policy in place, it looks like that... yeah, it's not affected our fire hazard safety too much. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll put it on the main road for now. We'll see if that helps out at all. So a building is burnt down, so this is basically what happens if you leave a building on fire too long, it burns down. So they need to be able to get to it in a certain time, and if they don't, then obviously the person's house will be burned down, and they'll be very, very unhappy. So we need to get a fire department in. What we also need to do is obviously bulldoze down that house, because otherwise nothing will build there until it's a blank space. Okay, so we are coming up to... we lost a bit of our income, I'm guessing because this is because of the policy we put in regards to the new fire smoke detector. That's what I'm trying to say. I lost my train of thought there. I do that quite often. I start a sentence, I get towards the end of it, and I just not sure what's happened. Okay, so we're still waiting on that, so I'm just going to speed up time a bit so we can get the money in. As you can see, everyone's busying about, nothing wrong with the traffic yet, so we don't have to worry about that. Still coming in on that 2k. Now, police department's crime rate is starting to go up, so our next one will be looking at some police in the area. Right, okay, so we are approaching it. 667, 722, dawdling about while there's still 80% of fire and everywhere. Okay, so now we can place a fire department in, and look at that, all the smiley faces. And look, it's causing all our buildings to level up. As you can hear them going ding 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 ding. So what basically that does is, while you've got low density and high density, you've also got level ups. So these buildings can level up to hold more people, or in the case of the industrial estate, they can get more jobs. So we've reached the next stage. We are now a tiny town. So new policies that we've got in as well with this one. Pet ban. So people will have dogs and cats. We can ban that if we want. I don't know why we want to do that. That would be very, very unhappy. You know, I couldn't do without my cats. So there we go. Smoking ban. Another controversial policy that isn't in effect in our country, but I don't think it is in any country at the moment. But while it increases health and decreases happiness, because of course it's a freedom being taken. So yeah, you'd expect that. Parks and recreational. So we can start putting parks down. Now what parks will do is I assume that means we can put parks down. What parks do, however, is reduce pollution in an area. So if someone is close to a industrial estate, they'll obviously get quite sick because of the pollution coming out of the factories. But if you put a park nearby, that will negate that. New building as well. We have a high school come out. So cool. That means that we can now educate our people beyond the elementary school level. Brilliant. Right, okay, so now that we have that put in place, we will see how long it will take us. Oh, it's given us enough money as well to put some police in. So let's put the police in, and everyone is happy as well. Okay, so we're coming up on, we've been recording for over 20 minutes now, so what I'm going to do is I am going to cut it off here, and I will see you in the next episode. This has been Luke and Asia of the Gaming Zone. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe on the video if you like it. Helps us out, and obviously lets you know when we release more videos. So yeah, see you in the next episode.